Ever wonder why giraffes have such long necks? In the vast and diverse kingdom of nature, giraffes stand out as one of the most unique creatures. Their towering stature and elongated necks set them apart from the rest of the animal kingdom. But have you ever stopped to ponder why these gentle giants have necks that stretch towards the sky? Today we delve into the mysteries of nature and explore the fascinating world of giraffes. Born with the same number of neck vertebrae as a human, the giraffe is an intriguing puzzle. For a long time it was commonly believed that giraffes developed long necks to reach the lush leaves of tall trees that other herbivores couldn't. This theory paints a picture of a world where survival depends on the ability to reach higher than your peers. However, this widely accepted explanation has its flaws. For instance, giraffes spend a significant portion of their day feeding from bushes, not tall trees. And when they do stretch their necks to feed, they often bend their legs, effectively shortening their reach. Another common misconception is that the giraffe's long neck provides a better view of the surroundings, helping them spot predators from afar. While this advantage is undeniable, it doesn't fully explain the evolution of such a remarkable trait. After all, there are plenty of animals in the wild that survive just fine without craning their necks to scan the horizon. So, we return to our initial question, one that has puzzled scientists and nature enthusiasts for decades. If it's not for reaching high trees or for a better view, why do giraffes have long necks? The answer, as it turns out, may lie not in the giraffe's environment, but in their behavior. But that's a story for another scene. Stay tuned as we unravel the mysteries of the giraffe's long neck and delve deeper into the wonders of nature. So, if it's not for reaching high trees or for a better view, why do giraffes have long necks? To understand the long necks of giraffes, we need to delve into the world of evolution. This world is an intricate dance of change, orchestrated over vast stretches of time. It's a process that shapes and molds life in response to the symphony of survival, a symphony that plays out on the grandest of stages, our planet Earth. Now let's take a step back and simplify. Imagine evolution as a potter, tirelessly shaping and reshaping clay which represents life. This potter doesn't have a pre-planned design but responds to the demands of the environment, the wheel spinning under its hands representing time. The potter's tools are traits, characteristics that make a creature what it is. Some of these traits can give a creature an edge, a higher chance of survival. For instance, a bird with a slightly longer beak might reach deeper into a flower for nectar. This bird, now nourished and healthy, is more likely to survive and reproduce, passing down its long-beaked trait to its offspring. Over countless generations this trait becomes more common, and voila, we have a species of long-beaked birds. This is the concept of natural selection, nature's way of refining life, promoting traits that aid survival and reproduction. It's like a sieve, filtering out the less suited and favoring the better adapted. It's not about the survival of the fittest in terms of brute strength, but about the survival of those most fit for their environment. Those who can best dance to the ever-changing symphony of survival. So back to our long-necked friends, the giraffes. Could their necks be a tool, an adaptation shaped by the potter of evolution? A trait that gave their ancestors an advantage in the symphony of survival? Could it be that the giraffe's long neck is a product of evolution and natural selection? One theory suggests that the long necks of giraffes evolved due to a phenomenon known as necking. Now let's dive into this interesting concept. Necking is a behavior specific to male giraffes. It's not a term you'd find in a romance novel, but rather, it's a term from the wild that describes a form of combat. Yes, you heard it right. Our elegant, long-necked giraffes engage in quite the competition. In necking, male giraffes use their long necks as weapons, swinging their heads like hammers at their opponents. The blows can be so powerful that they sometimes knock a rival off his feet. It's a test of strength, a duel of dominance, and it can determine who gets the right to mate with the available females. This competitive behavior has led some scientists to believe that the extraordinary length of a giraffe's neck could have evolved as a result of these battles. The longer the neck, the harder the hit, right? So, over countless generations, natural selection might have favored the giraffes with longer necks, allowing them to win more battles and produce more offspring. However, it's important to note that necking is not a daily event in a giraffe's life. These bouts happen infrequently and are often brief, yet their potential impact on the evolutionary scale cannot be discounted. It's like a boxing match. The bouts may be few and far between, but their results can be significant. Despite its infrequent occurrence, necking presents a compelling explanation for the giraffe's elongated neck. It's a testament to the fact that even in the animal kingdom, competition can drive evolution, shaping and defining species in ways we're still striving to understand. But is necking the only reason for the giraffe's long neck? Well, as with most things in nature, the answer is likely more complex than a simple yes or no. But for now, let's appreciate the fascinating possibility that a giraffe's towering stature could be the result of countless generations of neck wrestling matches. Another theory suggests that a long neck gives giraffes a feeding advantage. Now let's dive into this fascinating hypothesis. Imagine a drought-ridden savanna where food is scarce. Most animals are restricted to what they can reach on the ground or in low-lying shrubs, but not the giraffe. With its towering stature and elongated neck, it can access food sources out of reach for others. The tops of trees, lush with leaves, provide an abundant feast for these long-necked creatures. This access to unexploited food resources may offer giraffes a lifeline during periods of scarcity, providing a distinct survival advantage. Now let's consider how this might have contributed to the evolution of the giraffe's long neck. Evolution, as we know, is driven by natural selection, the survival of the fittest. In this context, fittest refers to those best adapted to their environment. So if having a long neck allowed a giraffe access to more food and therefore a better chance of survival, those giraffes would be more likely to reproduce and pass on their long neck genes to their offspring. Over time, this could result in giraffes as a species developing longer and longer necks. But it's not just about reaching the high branches. A longer neck could also enable giraffes to reach more nutritious leaves further in on the branches, away from the worn-out, overgrazed outer leaves. This nutritional advantage could further enhance their survival rates, reinforcing the evolutionary drive towards longer necks. However, it's important to note that this is just one theory among many. There are other factors to consider, such as the role of sexual selection, which we'll dive into in a later scene, but it's clear that the feeding advantage could play a significant role in the evolution of the giraffe's long neck. So, it seems like the giraffe's long neck could be due to a combination of factors. And we'll continue to explore these intriguing possibilities in the upcoming scenes. Stay tuned. There's yet another theory that suggests the long neck helps giraffes regulate their body temperature. Now isn't that fascinating? Just imagine the scorching sun of the African savanna, relentless and unforgiving. For many creatures, it's a daily struggle to keep cool and survive. But the giraffe, our long-necked friend, might have a secret weapon. Heat dispersion, or the process of spreading out heat, is an essential survival strategy for many animals living in hot climates. So how does a long neck come into play? Well, the long neck of a giraffe is like a radiator. It's large, it's exposed, it's perfect for dissipating heat. Consider the surface area to volume ratio. In simple terms, the larger the surface area in relation to the volume, the easier it is for an object to lose heat. A giraffe's long neck increases its surface area, meaning it can more efficiently radiate excess body heat into the environment. This is especially vital during the hottest hours of the day when the risk of overheating is high. But it's not just about the length. The giraffe's neck is also packed with blood vessels close to the skin surface. As the blood circulates, heat is transferred from the core of the body to the skin of the neck, where it can escape into the air. This natural cooling mechanism, much like a car's radiator, helps giraffes maintain a stable body temperature even under the African sun. In addition, the long neck could provide a height advantage, allowing the giraffe to reach cooler, higher breezes that other animals can't. It's like having a personal, built-in air conditioning system. So, while the feeding advantage theory and the competing giraffes theory hold their ground, the heat dispersion theory adds another dimension to our understanding of why giraffes have long necks. It's not just about reaching the high branches or winning the mate. It's also about staying cool in the heat. So the giraffe's long neck might be a multi-purpose tool, evolved for survival. In the end, it's all about survival. This simple statement rings true to the very core of evolution, and the giraffe, with its long neck reaching towards the sky, is a living testament to this incredible process. The theories we've discussed so far each play a pivotal role in the survival and propagation of giraffes. Let's take a moment to revisit them. The evolutionary theory suggests that over time, giraffes, who were naturally taller, had a survival advantage, allowing them to pass on these tall genes to their offspring. This simple yet profound process is known as natural selection, and it's the driving force behind evolution. Next, we have the competing giraffes theory, which posits that male giraffes use their long necks in physical combat, known as necking, to compete for mating rights. The taller the giraffe, the stronger the competitor, and thus the more likely they are to pass on their genes. The feeding advantage theory, on the other hand, proposes that giraffes evolved long necks to reach food that other herbivores couldn't, like the succulent leaves high up in the acacia trees. By exploiting this unique ecological niche, giraffes ensured their survival during times of scarcity. Lastly, we discussed the heat dispersion theory, which suggests that the long neck helps giraffes to regulate their body temperature in the harsh African heat, another key to their survival. These theories, when combined, paint a vivid picture of the complexity and beauty of evolution. They show us that no trait evolves in isolation, but rather as a result of countless interactions with the environment and other organisms. The giraffe's long neck is not just a result of one single factor, but rather a symphony of evolutionary forces working together. The giraffe's long neck, an elegant symbol of survival, is a testament to the power of evolution. This magnificent creature reminds us that, in the grand scheme of nature, it is indeed the survival of the tallest. So, why do giraffes have long necks? Well, we've traveled through time, delved into the mysteries of nature, and navigated the evolutionary paths to find the answer. It's not just one reason, but a fascinating blend of survival tactics. The giraffe's long neck is like a multi-layered storybook, each layer revealing another aspect of its survival. From the theory of competing giraffes, where the long neck evolved as a result of males competing for mates, to the feeding advantage theory that suggests the long neck helps giraffes reach food sources inaccessible to other herbivores. And let's not forget the heat dispersion theory, proposing that the long neck helps to regulate body temperature. Each theory, each reason adds another chapter to the incredible tale of the giraffe's evolution. Next time you see a giraffe, remember its long neck is a beautiful story of evolution and survival.